We're here at the Jeremy Corbyn for Leader event in Southampton. As you can see, the hall is packed and people are anticipating a radical speech. I wonder if Jeremy Corbyn will answer the English question within this speech.
Thank you very much, all of you, for coming along this evening. Thank you for that very here was on Israel-Palestine. During my time in Parliament, I've had the good fortune to visit Israel and Palestine on 9 different occasions. I've met very large numbers of people from all ends of every kind of political spectrum you've ever heard of, many of whom I profoundly disagreed with on many issues, but also recognise that if you're to bring about a peace process, there has to be a lot of changes. One of which is to end the settlement policy, secondly to end the siege of Gaza and give some rebuilding opportunities to the people of Gaza and also those places that have been damaged in the West Bank, but above all give some opportunities to young Palestinians, because I have sat in the rubble in Gaza talking to young Palestinians, the most educated population in the world. 55% of the entire population are university graduates, mainly through UN schools and various charity universities that exist there. But if you can't work, can't travel, rely on the UN for your basic sustenance, and your homes are being destroyed and bombed all the time, well, you tend to have a very warped view of the world, and you tend to get very, very angry about it. And so there has to be a process to bring about peace. That process has to be, I believe, the recognition of Palestine, also has to be a recognition that there are a lot of people in Israel that do not go along with their government strategy on this, that at the height of Operation Cast Lead, and Israel is not a very big country, there was a public demonstration of 10,000 people against that bombing that went on. And so the basis has to be one of mutual recognition, the basis has to be one of rebuilding of Gaza, the basis has to be of ending the settlement policy on the West Bank. And that way you can begin to bring about some kind of process. The idea you can separate Gaza from the West Bank is not really right. There has to be a recognition of Palestine as a whole.
Good man. Keep my pension going.
Jeremy, you support the establishment...
Sorry, you're from...
NBN News.
Sorry?
NBN News, English Broadcasting Network. You support the establishment...
Which broadcasting network?
English Broadcasting
And
Network.
who's that
NBN
run?
News.
Who's that run by?
Actually, I'm asking you a question.
No, who's
first.
that run by?
Actually, a group of people.
No, what group of people?
Well, actually, it's a company, actually. So
I've never heard of it before.
Okay, well, go and actually check it on the website. But I'll ask you a question.
Can you tell me who runs
No,
it?
can
you tell me who runs
ask
it?
a question?
Sorry,
A
I've asked you a
question.
Sorry, I've asked you a question.
Sorry, there is more questions.
I'm actually asking you a question.
No,
I've
I
actually
want to know
explained
who
it.
you
Sorry.
are before
You
I
support a Palestinian
sorry.
state.
Sorry.
Yes?
Tell me who you're from. I've never heard of your network.
Actually,
I've
check
never
it
heard
out.
of it.
Sorry.
There's many broadcasting
I'm
interests.
sorry.
We're doing it.
We're asking for a Palestinian state, Jeremy. You support Palestine. Why don't you support the people of England to have their own government?
Thank you for giving
Is that
us
the way
hope.
you treat the people of England again, Jeremy? We're asking a question.
You seem incapable of telling me who you are,
Well,
and if you can't do...
My name is Eddie Bowen.
No, you haven't.
For NBN News. I want to know why you support... I only want to answer the question. Excuse me. Jeremy, you support a Palestinian state. Why don't you support an English government that's the right of the English people? Why won't you? What?
You with him?
We're asking for a question. News. English broadcasting news.
Oh yeah, he turned up in the truck.
Okay, hold it.
On the side.
Can I just ask a question? Well, I'm asking why. I'm entitled to ask a question.
Before the meeting happened.
To ask a question about the governments of England. Surely the people of England have a right to self-government, to Scotland and Wales. Why won't Jeremy answer the question?
So your question's about self-government?
Yes, it is about for England. Why won't he answer the question?
Why ask the boy how you can ask him?
Is this your attempt to ask a question on Jeremy Corbyn about English governments? He completely ignores it. In fact, actually, you get manhandled and pushed away.
You're not getting manhandled.
Oh, we are.
Totally
Let me ask the question.
You're not getting manhandled.
Well, we wouldn't be allowed to ask a question at all. So why would we?
She would be. Because she would be. We're asking an event.
Sorry, keep going. Keep going, please.
What? I'm not being manhandled.
Keep going, please.
Nobody's manhandling.
Yeah?
We want to know why Jeremy won't answer the question about English governments. Answer the question about
But
it.
you're saying things.
Well, excuse me, we are British. We've not blagged our way. We have not blagged our way in
Put
at
your
all.
hand up and ask.
Actually, excuse me, we're asking the question now.
Why didn't you ask the question?
We should press attention.
Actually, I have got my question. Okay, I have. Actually, I
You've
have.
actually
Why
got.
didn't you put your hand up?
Can we please go in, please? Please.
Why didn't you put your hand up, mate, and ask a question?
Can we please go in, please? We have question time.
I'm not pressing it.
The meeting's over. The meeting's over.
Jeremy,
Meeting's over. Please go. No. Can we please go in? Can we please go in?
why can't we ask a simple question about English governments?
Please
But he won't answer it.
Can we please go in?
I'll tell you what, I'll do a deal.
No, excuse me.
Okay, no, don't pull the wire. Can we please go in, please?
Wait, no, yes,
And then
Please.
you people outside of
Please.
Again, we're trying to ask a question from Jeremy
have to ask you to leave.
about actually English governments. Why are we being blocked?